Hey everyone, this is Dawn and welcome to my channel. So today I am going to attempt to show you my craft space. So it's a very long, narrow room. I am holding my phone in my hand, so I'm going to try to do the best I can, try to move slowly. So I'm just going to pan around the room. So I just came through a sliding glass door. Actually, I'm gonna step back out. So yeah, you come into the room. Here is a sliding glass, oh my goodness, sliding glass door area. I've got curtains here, so I can just pull them closed and no one can see the clutter that lives back here. Now let me tell you, what you are seeing, it is extremely neat right now, so that's why we're going to go ahead and video. This was a disaster, and I literally had to stop and clean before I could proceed with any more crafting because, oh my gosh, it was just overwhelming. And when you see there's not a big space, well, I'll say that there's not a lot of space to work in. And when you're not good at putting your things away, it becomes a problem rather quickly. So normally that chair would not be out here. It was displaced because of the Christmas tree, and I had to get really creative. Okay, and I have to share. We have a friend here. So normally, I have two kitty cats. Normally you see Brother. They have the same coloring. Brother has the short hair and Kitty is the fluffy guy, and he is very happy that Mama brought a chair to the space. All right, maybe Brother will make an appearance too, who knows. All right, so let me tell you about this space. So it is a porch. Now, I live in Florida. A lot of people say, oh, you have a porch, you have all this wonderful light. Well, that is really not the case, and I will tell you about the few challenges with this room, which is by no means a complaint. It's just what I'm working with. So since it is Florida, this is a porch. It's not temperature controlled, so I have to be very careful. So I do have an aluminum ceiling. So I am standing back where I started here in the sliding glass door. Well, to the back of this room, there's a little opening right here. There is actually a door right there. And let me tell you about these curtains as well. As you can see, they do not match, but we'll talk about that here in a second. Going to slowly pan around the room. I have used, obviously, all the vertical space that I can. Okay, so in that space, there is also a door. So I've got the slider, the door in the front, and the door in the back. And then in addition, I actually just moved this table with the green cloth on here last night. This was not here previously, and it will not be able to stay. And the reason is there is a window air conditioner unit right down here. Now the curtain is in front of it, and yes, I do have some, that is a basket of some fabrics. There's another box of some things that I need to go through. But yeah, the window unit is down there. So this table will only be here temporarily. The orientation of this room, before I put this table here, so it is a 10 by 19 space. It's got the 3 doors and the air conditioning unit. Any electric is on this wall because that's where the house is. So I can't have too much hooked up. So I think I've got 3 outlets out here. So I do have to be careful, and I don't have a whole lot of room for, you know, extra electronics. I don't have Cricut machines or computer type things. I pretty much am a manual crafter. I work with my fingers. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you? Oh, about the curtains. So when I first moved here, so we got here last year. I'd never had a craft room before, so as you can imagine, oh my goodness, I had a huge, well, it started out like a corner of our bedroom, and of course then it ended up being a portion of the living room, and you know, the craft creep is all over the place. So I am contained out here, which is wonderful. So I was looking online for curtains, and I got these on Amazon. Now they're a blackout curtain, and when I originally put them up, it got really dark. It was much darker because really nothing much comes through those blackout curtains, because you know that's the purpose of them. But it can get really warm out here, so I do not actually ever close this glass door. I keep it open to try to acclimate with the house as much as possible. We did hit about 40 degrees the other night. We have not went below freezing. I don't think we went below freezing last year, so I did bring in my art glitter glue. And then these curtains here, I just gave them a good vacuum. They were actually here in the house, but they let the light in. They are old, brown, and ugly, but they let the light in. So I would actually like to find maybe something that is white to put up there, but I didn't want to have the blue all around, blocking out the curtains. So that's my story. All right, so oh, and I did I tell you that this table, I actually had 2 tables down the center of this room. That chair was not there. Of course, it just came out because it was displaced by the Christmas tree. So, and probably, unless I take that table down completely, I'm not sure if I'll put 2 down the middle again, but it was great workspace. And when I was working, I could always put extra stuff on the other table. And of course, if you ever saw things falling in my video, they were coming from the other table because it was so cluttered, because again, I'm not good at putting my stuff away. So anyways, I actually got a new table, which is one of the reasons I really needed to clean up as well. So this is a little wood top table that someone just made, like one of these little fold out tables. So what I did have was just like was basically like a card table, so I got a lot of movement when I was working. So hopefully this is a little sturdier. Remains to be seen. I've just got it covered with a cloth, which my old tables, I did not get out my tablecloths. I'm so proud of myself. These are thrifted finds, that one, and then this green floral. Green is my favorite color, and of course I love a good floral. So I'm so happy. And of course this is hiding. There are boxes of ribbon and fabric and a couple of boxes of stuff that needs to go through. This is a thrifted chair, the little cushion. There's generally a cat in here. Okay, I have to tell you, I actually got this chair at a thrift store a couple weeks ago. I've got an old yucky towel on it because there's generally a cat in it, and their cat fur's getting in the you know, in the fabric. So there was generally only this chair because there was an IKEA task chair. So when my son set up his little computer desk, he stole that. So I was only left with this, and I was always fighting brother for it. The cat was always in this chair. So now I have 3 chairs out here right now. But of course, once we take the Christmas tree down, that chair will be going out. And let me tell you, this curtain here used to be in my, carpet used to be in my daughter's room. I thought about putting one of the cabinets back under here because I think I did say it. These cabinets right here, one of them was under each table, and there was basically clutter sitting where those are. So under here, I love to work with glitter paper, so specialty papers and glitter papers. This is white cardstock and just whatever paper is still in there. And then these are some of the Christmas stuff that I'm going to work with. Right now my desk is so pretty, I haven't even created at it yet because that's why it looks like this right now. So let's start with the desk space here. I know this video is going to be long. I do have this great piece right here. I got it Tuesday morning and it was really big. Well, let me tell you, I have filled it up and my most used tools in there. So that is one of the best purchases I ever made. I actually found it at Tuesday morning, and this here is a thrifted piece where now I've got my glues and inks, and I just pulled this out and added these things to it. So I am really thrilled about this and having everything right here at my fingertips. Now, when I did have one of those cabinets underneath, I would keep my paper trimmer tucked under the table on top of one of those cabinets, so I'm not sure what the paper trimmer is going to do. I already know I'm going to be looking for it constantly. Of course, this is one of those little posters from Hobby Lobby. Oh, here's the altered book I have yet to do any filming on. I've got to work on that, and I've already got some pieces here that I'm working with, and washi tapes and such. This is Traveler's Notebook that I put craft ideas in on my tablet. Okay, right in front of me, this is a dresser that used to be my daughter's. It just has, I think 2 of these drawers are somewhat neat. Well, not neat, but I know what's in them. So these are ink pads, old Stampin' Up! Ink pads. These are all just pieces of clutter. Like, I've got my die. I think that's a coffee die. Anyways, these are remnants from Halloween, but I want to use these dies again. I just need to go through that. Just little dishes of clutter, because it's never not going to be little dishes of clutter. This here is a really great little piece. It holds a lot of things. I did have this over on my table, but since it's not Christmas right now, I just set it over here. Of course, I've got a DVD, a little Chromecast, my small TV, and it's a very small TV. Let me back up so you can see my little wall. I originally, so this is the side of the house. I originally wanted to have 2 long shelves going all the way across. Well, that's never happened. And I'm actually okay with that. Who knows, maybe that could end up being that one day. So it's just got, you know, some pictures. I got that on clearance at Tuesday morning. I got that on clearance at Michael's. I love to thrift, so that flea market sign was just awesome. And these are some vintage sewing books. I love my flamingos. This is a great piece I got at Scrapbook Expo, and it's in a floating frame. I just love that. Oh, this swan, my pool broke. I ordered this to be, it usually hangs on the little chain from my ceiling fan, and it broke, so it needs a little surgery. Unless I don't put him up, he just sits there. I don't know. Oh, and this is a great, I'm really liking swans too. Maggie Holmes from Right Makes You Like the Swans. That's a little piece I thrifted. That's a great little simplicity picture. Okay, I've got things that are tucked up on top of this cabinet. This actually holds, oh, I was going to say the rest of these drawers, they are lots of, oh, vintage sewing patterns. I've collected a lot of sewing type items, and there's extra fabrics and laces and doilies. Things that are all kind of sewing related in here. I think this is Project Gift Cards. Yep. Then this cabinet here, this actually held toys in it when my kids were small, because I was trying to solve the toy problem, and then it ended up being just sitting out in the garage for a long time, and I almost got rid of it when we moved, but I was like, no, I don't want to get rid of it. So this actually holds stamps, and of course, you know, it's plastic, Rubbermaid. It's got, you know, scratches and scuffs on it. Nothing out here is fancy. It's a very eclectic room. So stamp storage. Yes, there's a lot of stamps in there. All right. These pieces, I actually bought 2 of these IKEA units. I didn't want the big 4 piece, the one with the big 4, so I could at least have the option to move them around. Yes, there's lots of paper there. A scrap bucket and just other papers I like to pull out, and, you know, if I'm working on something, or I don't know, it ends up being where, like, this needs to be put away and then I can have that again. And I love picking out papers. That's my favorite part of a project. These need tidied. They are just a mess. At one time they were tidy, because you can see I have the working with the Jennifer McGuire system, where things are in their tidy little bags and they are marked. But for now, they really need to be gone through. So right now I'm just tucking things in the front. But those are those great refrigerator bins. Yeah, stamps and dies. These Rubbermaid things, let me see if I can move out to show you. Vertical space, let me tell you, this is floor to ceiling. So there's the bottom all the way up, And then there are Rubbermaid tubs, and they just hold ribbons and washi tape. There's a box, there's a drawer of napkins, there's a drawer of tulle, there's a drawer of yarn. No, I don't crochet. They usually become parts of tags or whatever. There are seasonal type things up here. There's probably a box of baby stamps and wedding stamps. That is probably fall and fall. There's also this, well, I guess I'm going to get ahead of myself. So let me come back over to this cabinet. There again, if I have a dresser and there's room on it, I have thrifted little shelves. So this dresser was actually left in this house. There are 2 drawers of flowers, and they're just thrown in because I have discovered, oh, and these are like little sacks and bags, clear sacks. I actually got these paper bags thrifted not long ago. I think this one is more flowers. This one here is like index cards and playing cards and things like that. Lots of thrifting. This shelf here that sits on top of this dresser, stamps and dies. Mostly dies, I think. There are stamps, yeah, you can see. These are stamps that need to be put away. This little girl, she curtsies. Pam Vanny, she got her too. She saw her and she was like, oh, where did you get her? Impression obsession. The little girl curtsying. They actually have a little definition word that says curtsy. I think that's darling. Let's see here on this. There is a few tools. I don't use these a lot. I'm getting better at using my stamp platform. What do you call this? The little score thing. This is probably the packaging from some of those. Some things I don't like to throw away. Oh, I recently found these tear rulers at Tuesday Morning as well. I think Gail Agostinelli uses these, and a lot of folks at Collage. And I heard someone say they found them at Tuesday Morning, so I picked that up. I have not opened it yet. I'm very excited. There are vintage old dictionaries. This is actually, it was my mother's. It's an old Cooking Magic binder. Recipe box. Do not get fooled. I might have, well, I've never really enjoyed cooking. I mean, it's fine feeding your family. Yeah, it's me and my husband a lot. My son works and is with his girlfriend a lot, but yeah, I don't really like to cook so much. When I hear people doing recipe swaps and things, I gotta tell you, it just turns me off. I am not going to be enjoying anything recipe related. This is like a CD case, so these are Stampin' Up! Stamps. And then, you know what? I'm going to be right back. I think I need to go get a tissue because I got to sneeze. Okay, and I'm back. So now we have brother. He is roosting in the chair, hence the towel, so we don't get all the cat fur. So I sneezed and came back. And my husband was actually sitting out here and talking to me because he hadn't came and seen the space because it was a disaster the last time he saw it. He doesn't even come out here very often because he don't fit. However, I was just talking. I bought this Heidi Swap Winter Wonderland paper earlier in the year that I wanted to make my Christmas cards with, and I got some ephemera and stickers, and I have no idea where I put them. So most of my Christmas is over in this corner, so I will keep looking. So yeah, I'm a little, oh, I'm sorry, I turned the camera the wrong way. So I need to figure that out. All right, so we left off coming around the room. So we're back at the desk. Okay, we looked at that cabinet. Oh, did I show you my ballerina picture up top? I got that from the Goodwill. And of course there's things in the boxes and other things that I tucked up behind the picture. I know there's some Halloween and my daughter's paint. My daughter is in her middle 20s. She really doesn't live here at home anymore, but she does have some crafty items in this room as well. She likes to paint rocks, and she does make cards when she needs them and things like that. So I was actually thinking I can sit here and watch a movie. My husband usually has some football on or different things. All right, so we're back up to this cabinet. Oh, and I actually moved the Rascog away from the desk too, and I actually do have it ready for some Christmas things that I have pulled out specifically. So I'm up to this shelving unit in the corner, and this was a cabinet or a shelving unit I used to have that was repurposed, and really, so what sits on here is just all kinds of things. Cardstock, lots of stickers, lots of baskets and things that need sorted out. There's a thing of washi. There's other containers of washi. There's containers of ephemera. Oh, that looks to be like some fabric and maybe pre-made cards. Here's some little kind of fun little buttons and little cabochon pieces, donuts. Haven't been in here in a while. Got some fun stuff. More seasonal things on top. So just, you know, whatever goes. It tries to be in a container, but then again, I know that that white basket just has stuff in it that needs to be sorted. There's metal pieces in that one, probably some charms and rings and whatnot. So that is, this here is as organized as it's going to get. Like, it needs work, but it's in a place, and there you go. Oh, a little bit of an avalanche. And I know the lighting is not great in here right now. Let's see. Can I make it any better? All right, behind, or this shelving right here, there's 6x6 papers on the bottom. And then this here is specifically some Maggie Holmes things here. This is a basket of bows, random papers, ooh, vintage sewing patterns, re-inkers and stickles and sprays. Let's see, a bowl of random, bowl of random goodies, fun goodies. Ooh, look at these. Are these buttons with coffees on them? You know, doesn't that look like maybe a hot chocolate? Might have to pull these out. Good find. Some little charms. These might actually be empty. But anyways, like this here. Oh, there's Happy Meals tucked in here and there. This is just an empty box that I found with ballet. I did show you my ballerina picture up there. Oh, I do want to make a ballerina journal at some point. Some random things in there. Random books, like here's things that can be used for journals and stuff. There's a couple little golden books over here. Now I've pulled this out and I can't get it back in there, so let's just leave it on top for right now. Okay. Okay, maybe the lighting will get a little better over here. Let's put this back. Let's put this back. All right. So we are up to this cabinet. This one holds, put the buttons on the table. This holds random rubber stamps. So they're kind of organized, like there's words up here, and I know there's drawers of summer things. This kind of seems to be holiday. I see some Valentine's and Easter, fall. Ooh, coffee related. There's 4 larger drawers here, so these are adhesives. My giant roll of foam tape. Christmas stamps. Random Christmas stamps. Heat gun, stamp cleaner, more adhesives. I know it's dark here. Acrylic blocks in there. And then randomness down here. Oh, there's a little hammer. Oh, here's my little toolkit. A Stampin' Up! Toolkit for things like eyelets and things like that. Glue sticks, randomness, heat gun, or glue gun, roller stamps. There's another little craft pad and some cardboard tucked in there. On top of here, this little cute tray I got from Hobby Lobby. Let's see, we got a lamp, random stamps and nail polish, a sign that says pray. This here has random pokey tools and X-Acto knives. And those cute little bins from that little box from Hobby Lobby. A little swan dish full of little charms, a couple random stamps, Mod Podges and some glitters, and oh, I've been looking for this little, that's that little sticker maker I've never used. Oh no, is it? Oh no, my daughter got this flamingo tape dispenser. I have an exact, or what are those little, Xyron, that's what I'm thinking of. One of those is in this room somewhere, not entirely sure. So let's see, then this is my favorite cabinet. I got this on Facebook Marketplace. It was a refinished piece, so it's got these 4 heavy duty drawers on the bottom, and then there's display space on the top. I love having display space because I never did before. So it does have some random things, but also a lot of usefulness. Like there's a jar of washi tape. This is all little random scraps and ribbons. More ribbons. Up top, I know there's like tools in there. Oh, these are things from Dolly the Crafty Mermaid Mom. What do you call this? The Rolodex thing. Knickknacks. Oh, I think there's journals up in here. Oh, Carla Frizzell made me that one. Or I purchased from her, I should say. And I won this one from Pam Vanny. Little vintage Simplicity little bag. There's nothing in it at the moment. Okay, and then the drawers down here. Oh, this is my station where I keep my eyelash trim and twines. This is probably one of the most used thing. I recently got seam bindings over the last year or so because I never had any. So I just have a few colors, some old clothespins, randomness, another little thing of washi. Okay, so in the drawers here, these are buttons. I actually had another one of these, but I actually made space in here. So these are like butterflies and stars. Just random little embellishments. Not necessarily so random. This actually cabinet is fairly organized. Okay, here's the drawer of bling. I think Gracie Beachbum 13 saw this and she was like, oh my goodness. So like these are enameled dots and gemstones and pearls and oh, I think these are specifically hearts because I always have a thing for hearts. Word stickers here and my hole reinforcers. And the bottom 2 drawers, I don't know if I can do this with one hand, are all punches. I love my punches. They're just so easy and I use them a ton. So this is one of the drawers and the other one on the bottom is very similar. Just punches. I use them. I can toss them in. Try to sometimes keep them neater, but yeah. Then here, I'm sorry, I'm turning the camera. This little shelf holds the ribbon storage. We are back to brother. This is a table. This is actually my daughter's. It's one of those tables from IKEA. It's got these gold legs. That little Rubbermaid, it holds things that are more like mixed media. It is full of like glitters and paints and texture mediums and things like that. I don't use them very often, but sometimes I do, and that's where they are. My daughter uses more of those kinds of things, but it's been a while since she's not really home a lot. This here is a little shelf. A lot of these things were thrifted in this room. I actually in that little ribbon stand, because I use my ribbon a lot. Oh, let me show you this ribbon storage over here. I know I'm all over the place, and I know this video is going to be really, really long. This here, when I moved, this is actually a little hanger that's like for scarves, but I actually put a lot of my ribbon on here, and then I put a garbage bag on top of it for when I had to transport it, and the bag kind of keeps all the ribbons in check. It's not pretty, but when I'm looking for certain ribbons, I'll just come and dig in here. I love my ribbon and I use it a lot, and I just love having all different ribbons, and I do. So okay, so yeah, more ribbons. And really here I keep laces, metallics, summery ones, and then pinks and aquas, and then you know, other lacy trims. So that's what I like to do. So I've got to come around this table again. All right, I need a file cabinet badly. These are cardstocks, mostly old Stampin' Up! Cardstocks, but I still get in there and I still need to use them. I still need a file cabinet for that. That box, I think, has Halloween stuff in it that needs to be put away. And then of course there's just randomness. This cabinet actually I love. So it holds knickknacks that I really like. There's some threads and buttons up here. Oh, it's a jar of wood slices. Thrifted things that I love. Beachy related. Oh, Dolly, the Crafty Mermaid mom gave me these little trims. Something I thrifted not too long ago for 99 cents. Isn't that cute? It's a little trinket box, like it opens up here at the bottom. And then these I use a ton. I can actually find all my seed beads and buttons and little paper clips and safety pins. They are all right in here. More randomness. Here was the Halloween junk journal. No, altered book, I should say, that I have never finished. So that is sitting here. When I finish up some projects, they're kind of in here, and I dig through here when I want to send somebody something, or it's my little stash of things that I've created. Another random box of stuff. Actually, this is kind of like this is a particular project that I was working on. Journal things are up in here. Here's one from Cheaply Chic that I finished. Here's a beautiful sewing one that I got from Rhonda Coleman. That's a Cheaply Chic. Oh, I won this from Gretchen at Cat and Paws. This is what I purchased from Gretchen at Cat and Paws. It's dark over here. From Gretchen. I won one and I purchased one. And this is my box of flamingo things. I was actually just digging this looking for something. I think that one came from Dolly. I also have some things from Corn that are flamingo things in this room. Oh goodness, more randomness. Oh, I think this was some Happy Mail. I think this came from, oh my goodness, Jackie. Crafty Lady. Crafty J Lady. Oh my goodness, I can't think of her call name right now. Anyways, more little sequins and jars of things. These are gift boxes, little picture frame. And then in this corner, this is all Christmas stuff. So in these drawers is all just gift tags and ephemera and stickers and anything Christmas related. There's just Christmas scraps, more Christmas scraps and ephemera, old books. There's books for junk journaling down there on the bottom, just thrifted books, Christmas papers, Christmas embellishments, washies, pre-made cards, and in the top more stamps and papers, I'm assuming. Stamps. It's just a little thing of ribbon, and then we are back around to this little table that just holds, actually I will say I need to rethink this part. This actually, because I do love knickknacks and jars and things, this right now is not necessarily terribly useful. And I was thinking about putting a shelf there, but then I was like, oh no, I can't because my air conditioner unit is under that for when I do move this table out. And then this final bookcase up here in the corner holds, oh my goodness, like it's got things that I have received from Happy Mail in some baskets, and I've got a couple of binders of pocket letters, and there are alcohol markers and magazines, pre-made cards, journals, plannery type stuff. I purchased a sewing machine more than a year ago. It is still up there in the box. It's my laminator box. A box of tags and things. And then there's just randomness stuff. And these cabinets I think I talked about when we first came in here. So yes, I think if you have any questions, you can let me know. But there's the craft space. So yeah, thanks for coming along. If you have any questions, let me know. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and until next time.